Hey y'all, welcome to my kitchen.
I was born and raised in the South, in the city, and now I live in the Midwest, on a farm, and I love it. Other things I love are Jesus, my family, and everything food. I'm so glad you decided to join me today.
Hey y'all, I've got a great recipe for you today. It's an old Southern recipe from my mom called chess pie. You'll probably have everything in your pantry for this. This is such a warm, wonderful, welcoming pie. I remember my granny making this. I remember my mom making this. My sister Shani makes a chocolate chess pie. We'll have to do that at some point. I made this for my girls one time and they said, "Mom, this tastes like cookie dough." That's a win. Also, as a bonus, I'm gonna make my homemade pie crust. It is the best pie crust you've ever had. It's no fail. I got it from my sweet friend Laurie from college, and I have used it, and I still have her little card that she wrote it on years and years ago. Don't get nervous about a homemade pie crust. You can also purchase your pie crust. You do you. So I'm going to show you what you'll need for your chess pie and your pie crust.
For the pie crust, you'll need white vinegar, salt, an egg, flour, and Crisco sticks. For the chess pie, you'll need sugar, cornmeal, eggs, vanilla, milk, flour, and salted butter.
Hey y'all, I'm so excited we're making chess pie today. It is one of my all-time favorites, and not many people know about it. When I mention it, people are like, what? I don't even know the origin of the name chess pie. I do love to play chess. Growing up, we played a lot of chess in our house. Big brother Sheldon always beat us to this day. Anyway, first we're gonna make homemade pie crust. And y'all, I have the recipe card that my sweet friend Laurie from college wrote for me all those years ago. And it's a little yellowed. I think it was probably white at one point. But I have a little piece of tape attached to it because I literally keep it taped inside my cabinet. And so I just open that up and use it whenever I need it. Thank you, Laurie. Mwah! One thing I love about this recipe is it has a tablespoon of vinegar. You don't normally see that, but it just adds something to it. Also, it makes 3 crusts. So we'll only need one for the chess pie, but then the other ones you can put in a ball and wrap it up and you can freeze. If you have time to make crust, great. And if you don't have time, grab one out of the freezer or purchase your crust. That's okay. No judgment at all. I wonder if I should just tape this up here. I normally have it on the inside, but this is super handy. The first thing you do is put in 3 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon salt. I actually do measure my salt for my pie crust. 1.5 cups Crisco with our easy to measure Crisco sticks. Love these. Then you just cut this together with your cutter. Now I've cut my flour and salt and Crisco together and it looks like this. Now I'm gonna add to this mixture 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and 5 tablespoons of ice water. So I'm gonna go 1 egg. I should get a smaller container of vinegar. This is the only one I have. And whenever I need like 1 teaspoon, it is like, you're kind of shaking as you're putting it in. I should get a smaller container, but I use this for a lot of different things. So, you know, here goes. Perfect. Then for the ice water, I just put ice water in a bowl and then just get my little thing in there and do 5 and 5. And I'm gonna water my mint that's living in the Ronald plant at the front door with the rest of this water. Now we mix it together. I did actually read on Laurie's card, it does say that this crust will keep 3 weeks in the refrigerator and 6 months in the freezer. I think I've even used it after 6 months, just saying. Now I'm gonna divide this into 3. Okay, this is 1/3 of that dough, and I'm gonna put it in this amazing pie plate that my sister and brother-in-law, Amber and Russell, gave me one Christmas from Anthropologie. Look how cute. This is one of my favorite pie plates of all time, and I always think of them. And now, of course, they're precious 2 little boys, Hudson and Henning, and it is such a pretty plate. And so, it's got some wear marks because it has been loved. So I'm gonna put this in here. I'm not gonna roll it out. If you wanna roll it out and then lay it in, great. But since it's the bottom, you can just press it if you want to. Up to you. One great thing about using Crisco in your pie recipe is that the bottom of your pie will be flaky and not soggy. So that's the beauty of Crisco. Do y'all like crust or filling more in your pie? I like a lot of crust with a little bit of filling. But this chess pie is so good. The filling is so good that you're gonna want every bit of that filling. But also, you're gonna want this crust because it's so yummy. Okay, y'all, I've pressed this crust into the bottom of a pie plate and we're ready to add our ingredients for our chess pie. If you purchase a store-bought crust, you just put it in and then you put your chess pie ingredients. So that's what we're gonna do. Actually, we're gonna set this aside and mix our ingredients for our chess pie before we pour it in. This recipe hardly has any ingredients. It's wonderful. We start off with 4 eggs. I'm not using a separate bowl because I'm doing the eggs first. All right. You take 3/4 of a stick of butter and melt it and then put it with the eggs. I melted my butter. We'll add that to the eggs. We're gonna whip that up. Teaspoon of vanilla. Wow, that was, it's gonna taste so good. Yummy. I'm putting my 1/4 cup of milk in with one of the girls' cute little teapots from a tea set. I've got to show you all that drawer sometime. Oh, makes it so fun. Now we're just mixing up the butter and the eggs and the vanilla and the milk just for a little bit. Beautiful color. Now we'll just add to that our tablespoon of flour, our 1.5 cups sugar. Also, every chess pie has cornmeal in it. Who knew? I'm using one of my spoon sets from when we got married. This is just good old tried and true. Just good old memories. I don't use cornmeal for anything else. But chess pie, I really should figure out something to make with it. My sweet Pa, who was married to Granny, they're both in heaven. Pa, in his last days, would always want tamales. He loved them. And so sometimes I think, I should learn how to make tamales just in honor of Pa. Cornmeal. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. You wouldn't think that just these simple ingredients would make such a decadent pie, but it does, trust me. Okay, that's perfect. Also, y'all, I'm gonna put a few fork pricks in the bottom of my pie crust. Just a few. I don't get crazy with this, just to make sure it lays flat while it's baking. Now we're just gonna pour it in. That fell into that bowl as smooth as silk. Now we're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. Y'all, I just took this out of the oven. Oh my goodness, isn't it beautiful? I'm so proud of this pie. Normally it has at least a few cracks on the top, but this doesn't even have one crack. You've just got that golden edge. Do y'all see that? Oh my goodness. And of course, if it has cracks, wonderful. It makes it more interesting. And I want y'all to try all these recipes. Oh, this has been so much fun today. I love sharing my Southern roots with y'all. Don't forget to thank Jesus and enjoy. See you next time.